Hey, my friend, it's Don, and today I want to give you 7 tips that will help you streamline your next business meeting. And if you're anything like me, you don't like meetings because nothing ever seems to get done, and all people do is complain. So if you're ready to become a meeting master, let's get started. Now, when I say streamlining, what I mean is making something more efficient so that it takes less time and effort. And that's exactly what you want to do with meetings. I mean, no one likes long, boring meetings that don't accomplish anything, right? So let's learn how to make your meetings more streamlined using these really cool 7 tips that I have picked up from over the years, from my time working at ExxonMobil, from my time working at Advanced Elastomer Systems, from my time working at all kinds of different companies all throughout Cleveland, Ohio. So number 1, you got to have a clear agenda. And an agenda is like a to-do list or a plan for your meeting. It tells everyone what topics you are going to be discussing and in what order. And before you start a meeting, you want to make sure that you have a clear agenda and share it with everyone who's going to attend. This way, everyone knows what they can expect and you can stay focused on the important stuff. And that's the whole point of the meeting. When you focus, that way you never drift apart and you actually get something done. Now, you can also ask your team members to contribute to the agenda by suggesting topics that they would like to discuss. That way you're including them. And by doing this, you make sure that everyone feels heard and involved in the decision-making process. Okay, let's move on here to number 2. Start and end your meetings on time. Have you ever been to a meeting that just goes on and on forever? I mean, it probably started late and now it's just going to end late and you got more important things to do. I mean, it's not fun, right? So to make your meetings more efficient, set a start and an end time and stick to them. Whether everyone's there or not, you start the meeting, and whether you're done or not, you end the meeting. This is going to help everyone stay focused and make the most of the time that you guys have together. And when you're leading a meeting, it's so important to be respectful of other people's time. If you find that your meeting is running longer than expected, try to wrap up quickly or schedule a follow-up meeting to continue the discussion offline. All right, let's move on here to number 3. Limit the number of attendees. Sometimes it might seem like a good idea to invite everyone to a meeting, but too many people can actually make it harder to get things done. So to keep your meeting streamlined, only invite the people who really need to be there. This way, you can have more focused discussions and make decisions more quickly and get things done. And when you're planning a meeting, think about who really needs to attend and what each person can contribute to the discussion. By being more selective with your invite list, you can create a more productive meeting environment for everyone. And that's going to make people want to go to your meetings and they'll be excited about it. All right, let's move on here to number 4. Assign roles. Just like in a sports team, every person in a meeting has to play a role. Assigning roles can help make sure that everyone is on the same page and knows what they need to do. I mean, some common meeting roles include, the leader, and this is the person who's in charge of keeping the meeting on track and making sure that everyone stays focused on the agenda. Then you have the note taker. This person writes down all the important stuff and the decisions made during the meeting so everyone can remember what was discussed. And you can also send that list out to everybody via email after the meeting. And then number 3, the timekeeper. This person keeps an eye on the clock and makes sure that the meeting stays on schedule. And that way, if you have some guy over here who's just, chatty, you can cut him off and say, hey, you went too far. And you see, by assigning roles, you can help everyone feel more involved and responsible for the success of the meeting. Okay, let's move on here to number 5. Eliminate the distractions. You see, we all know how easy it is to get distracted, especially during long meetings. I mean, the people are begging for distractions because the actual meeting topic is just so boring. So to help everyone stay focused, try to eliminate any distractions in your meeting space. This might mean turning off phones, closing, unnecessary computer windows, or even, finding quiet place to meet. And by creating a distraction-free environment, you're going to make it a lot easier for everyone to concentrate and participate in the discussion, which is going to lead to a more productive meeting overall, and you're going to get stuff done. All right, let's move on here to number 6. Encourage participation. Have you ever been in a meeting where, one person does all the talking? I mean, that's not very efficient or fun for anyone. So to make sure that your meetings are more streamlined, encourage everyone to share their ideas and opinions because you want them to feel included. And you can do this by asking open-ended questions, inviting, quiet team members to speak up, or even using fun activities to get people involved. I've heard of some people having like a little fuzzy ball that they have in their meeting, and they just throw it at people, just to wake them up or, to let them know that it's their turn to talk or whatever, just to add some creativity. And the more people that you get to participate, the more ideas you're going to have to work with, and the better decisions you're going to make as a team. And finally, number 7, follow up after the meeting. Once your meeting is over, it's important to make sure that everyone knows what the next steps are. Otherwise, the whole point of the meeting is lost. And this is where your note taker comes in handy. So after the meeting, they can send out a summary of what was discussed, including any decisions and tasks that were assigned. And by following up, you're going to make sure that everyone is on the same page and knows what they need to do to move forward. And this will help your team stay organized and focused on your goals, leading to greater success for everyone. So there you have it, my friend. 7 really cool tips that are going to help you streamline your next business meeting and become a meeting master. So remember, you got to have a clear agenda. You got to start and end on time. You got to limit the number of attendees. You got to assign roles, eliminate distractions, encourage participation, and then follow up after the meeting. And by using these tips, you can make your meetings so much more efficient, productive, and even fun. You might even have other people in your company find out that you're this new meeting master and they want you to go in and teach them how to have fun meetings like you do too. All right, my friend, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for spending some time with me today on this topic, something that I don't normally cover. But hey, if you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, more workplace content, leave it in the comments and let me know. And that way I can create more of this content that you will find helpful and productive in your life and your career. All right, my friend, that's all I got for you. And like I said, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.